Morning Ghana is your favorite Monday morning social media segment. And today I'm riding solo. I know you missed Derek, but I'm here and you know the vibes never drop. Social media over the weekend, I mean, it was chaotic conversation and some serious moments too. From the rains that turned the roads into rivers to the immigration service stepping up their game, plus some heavy talk around Diddi ongoing legal drama, and sadly, a goodbye to one of our very own high life legend, Diddi, was also passed on. The timeline has been flooded, literally and figuratively. And I'm here to break it all down for you today. So grab your tea and your phone, maybe a towel, that's if you're still dry off the rain last night, because it's time to scroll through the feeds and let's get into it. Well, our first story for this morning, the heavy downpour. I don't know where you're watching me from right now, but my place, Taifa, last night. But before that, let me get to Sweetie first. Sweetie, where do you stay in Accra? I mean, your area. Don't give us the suburb. You know, last night,
yeah,
the rain started around 1 p.m. and ended at 8 p.m. in my area. And if I tell you what happened to me, so this morning, I had to get to the office around 5 a.m. because I was afraid of getting to the office. Yes, because usually when it rains here in Accra, you can't move from your house at normal time.
Jackie, I didn't have the same experience though. You know, I was at work yesterday, and I got home around, I left here around 2:30 p.m. I went to the beach with my friends for a while. I got home around 4, and then I slept. So I woke up to see the whole house, and I thought, oh, when did it rain? I missed it. I didn't...
Oh, wait, you missed the rain?
So I had to go to social media to see that some people's homes and streets had flooded. I missed it. I was sound asleep.
Well, yeah, on social media, we saw places like Ofankor, Ashiye, Adenta, Lakeside, Kaswa. A lot of key places flooded. Like, serious. It's not even, I don't know how to put it. I wouldn't want to use the word submerged, because then that is when you can't even see anything. But most of these places, you could see their houses flooded, and you could see them up to chest level. But let's take a look as to some of the videos that we saw on social media that trended.
Yes, I want to be. Two years. Me won't say that my apartment is full. Everywhere is full. All my things are going. All my things are going. My
Well, guys, our house is flooded. Our house is flooded.
Well, that is the sad scenes in Accra, and content creator Kuji Sheldon too shared a post. And I remember this morning too, I saw him post on his social media that his whole life, it was yesterday that he had seen Shege. He never seen Shege before, but yesterday the rain showed him Shege. Because as you could see in the video, that was his area where he stayed, and every place, every like, let me just get to social media and see what people are saying on it. So some of the comments we have. So Kwesi says that Metiakra ni nani. That's what he's saying. And Joe says that it's no news. Every year it happens, and yet we still build houses on top of it. We cement the house. Where do you want the water to go? Now, that was my question. I was asking myself this morning that every single year we hear this, but then it's still the same story. Since 1960, every time Accra floods, but we don't get any results. We laugh over it. Sometimes it's sad. Some of the videos too is very funny. But then what are we doing about it? And Josh says that your own area to make Mahama come clear, Gata give you. That was the first video the ladies were calling on Mahama to come and help them. And J. Cliff says that staying at Accra be sweet. You day your rooms had them flags go carry provisions enter your room. You know, there was a video that we didn't add. There was a video of the flags carrying someone's kiosk.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Provision kiosk.
Yes, so a provision kiosk. So you go there your room, sir, and then the flags will carry these provisions and enter your room.
Outside Accra, people when
Now, Buzzverse says that it seems the whole of Accra is under the water. East Legon Hills in Ponyana Teshi, where I stay. Let's move on to some other comments here. Differences said, Nanadmo, you for sure this. Nanadmo, you for sure this, or no be Twitter. Yeah, those were some of the videos that people were sharing on social media. This comment says, have you tried putting the room in rice? Say, it's your honey, and you can't wear no, I don't know. Felix also says that, come out for communal labor, you won't go now. You say, oh, the last comment here, it's even funny. It be like every bro gets in share of this flood. It was very serious yesterday. And I mean, we sympathize with all these people who suffered this. But then NADMO put out a number there. So in case you are affected by this, then you just reach out to the number. Now, moving on to the story, it trended and on Friday still made waves over the weekend. But first of all, I don't know if you've ever been accosted by any of the beggars in Accra. If you have, sweetie, have you?
Yes. And they're very violent now. So one of them will come and tap on the window. And if you roll up while they're there, they hold it down and like drag it down. And at some point, I'm like, are you trying to attack me? Over to you, Jackie.
Sometimes it feels like they owe you. It feels like you owe them, rather.
Yeah.
It feels like you owe them. Now, you know, someone will meet you and be like, Madame Ipeska. And now they just start holding you. Sometimes to the extent that they can move with you and cross the streets. And it will be so embarrassing. Now, on Friday, the Ghana Immigration Service apprehended some of these people, more than 2,000 of them. A lot of them were children. Now, according to them, they want to curb putting some of these children under some hashes. Some of them have been working, and it's becoming serious in Accra. So social media has actually been reacting to this. Let's see what you've all been saying about this issue. Andy Terry says that my first problem, you ensure that they entered into our borders, posing a threat to our security. But 2, you've done well. Take all of them out of the streets. You can't go to their countries such as Mali, Niger, Gambia, and have this much freedom like they do here. And that has been the conversation people have been talking about, especially this very comments that Terry made. Just Jay says that them catch you, give him by pure water, they wash your mouth. Some of them too, they don't bath though. Sometimes when you get closer to them, I remember, sweetie, I did a story last year. It was some border issue, and I had to speak to some of them. When you get closer, my God.
Jackie, they don't have homes, so where do they go and bathe? That's the thing. They live on the street, so how do they bathe? Yeah. How do they properly wash and use antiperspirant and all that? I mean, sometimes it's sad and sympathize with them, but Charlie, our streets do have to be cleaned.
Yeah. And also, JSM says that this is a good call. These people are becoming too much. And I think differently says that that's a good move, Charlie. The begging be too much. If you're coming to Ghana to work, then fine, but don't come and hijack the city with begging everywhere. Like, as I said, everywhere. They are literally begging. Now, Son of the Soil also says that cleaning up the streets is important, but the focus shouldn't be just on arresting vulnerable people. What systems are in place to handle the root issues of poverty, trafficking, and poor border control? Arrest alone won't solve a deeper societal problem. Now, there's a comment that city I missed. Someone said, I know Sammy Jemfi's issue has passed. There was a comment that I forgot to add, where someone says that these are the vulnerable people that Sammy should probably be helping. Yes.
Straight bullets.
Yeah, that's what someone said. These are the vulnerable people that Sabi should be helping. So the Son of the Soil's comment actually brought my mind to that. Onasfu says that, how did they enter Ghana? Where are they taking them to? Will they come back? Because we've seen this before. And yes, this is not the very first time. Gunster Central says that the parents deploy the kids to beg. The way these kids can stress you in, you go think their money there with you. And that was what I was saying. When they ask you for money, they are holding your clothes. Like, they are not leaving you alone until you give them money. And that's the situation in Accra. And we've seen the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, also address this. And he's also saying that it's an effort to ensure safety in our streets and so on and so forth. So in the Facebook post, he says that the operation was to address the growing concern of organized street begging involving foreign nationals. So we are hoping that this actually yields results. I haven't checked myself. This weekend, I didn't really step out anywhere, so I haven't observed if they are still there. Also, did you see them?
No, I haven't. You know, I come here at dawn, so I'll
Yeah.
keep my eyes out and see if our streets are actually clean. And if not, of course, I'll report to you. Hajia Jackie to go.
Definitely. All right, moving away to our next controversial story. Diddi. I know if Benjamin Akopo was here, he would tell me that if Diddi was ever imprisoned in Ghana, prosecuted in Ghana, I'll be the first person. But it's not that. I've actually been interested in this case for more than a year, ever since his home was raided. And last week, the biggest trial that kept most of the international media houses on their toes, most of them were doing live streaming right in front of the courthouse and all that. But this particular bit of it, Cassie Ventura. Now, that is, if you don't know Sean Diddi Combs, can we please have footages of them on the screen? Sean Diddi and Cassie Ventura. Yes, now that is Sean Diddi Combs and Cassie Ventura. They dated some time back. And now the issue that is happening is that roughly about some few months, that was last year, we saw CNN release a footage of Diddi abusing Cassie. Unfortunately, we couldn't even play that because that video is very gory for me to watch myself. Now, he's in court, and Cassie said a whole lot of gory stuff to the extent that even her husband had to leave. You know, Cassie is 9 months pregnant. She was so bold to take the stand for 4 days running, giving gory details as to how Diddi's freak-offs and other stuff happened. So people on social media were reacting to this because, you know, when it comes to Diddi's case, everybody's interested because there's not... And he keeps denying it. That's the whole point. When you go on his X page, he says he's not guilty of the sex trafficking charges, the racketeering, and a whole lot more. All the things that he's been accused of. Yes, and that's the video. That's the video of him abusing Cassie. I don't know why. He even apologized for that, but I don't know why he's still saying that he is not guilty. So Cassie... actually said a whole lot of things to the extent that she said Diddi had been raping her and the freak-offs that Diddi had been having to, some of them she was forced to partake in them and a lot more. So social media has been reacting to that. Let me get some comments from this. Kempire says that Cassie is 8 months pregnant on the stand and facing her abuser. I don't care what anyone says, that woman is brave. Yeah. Now, sweetie, I want you to actually listen. I want your take on this.
This is my take. This is my whole take. I hope that the director can see. This is my take. I'm standing with Cassie. Because what did this woman do to you? To even if the other things that we're accusing Diddi of are not, we can't actually prove whether they're true yet. I still think that video alone is enough to put him in jail for life. Because what has this woman done to you that she's on the floor and you're kicking her in the stomach, in the head? And then what is it about the baby oil? Something Cassie said while on the stand, something about you have to be glistering. Like they literally bathe you in baby oil and watch you have sex with prostitutes. I have no, you want to know what I have to say, Jackie? I have no sympathy for Diddi. Whether he did it or he didn't do it, I have no sympathy for him.
Well, that's for me. I'm just a curious soul. I want to know how it ends. Back to social media. Michael says that Diddi is guilty and should serve the poor people around the world for the remaining of his life. Joe M says that the Diddi trial should be made public and televised. There's no reason on God's green earth why this should not be televised for the public to see and hear everything. Do you agree? I mean, it's a federal case, so that's the reason why it's in camera. But then social media has been reacting to this, and the case continues today. More witnesses are expected to take the stand. Cassie's own has ended. We're waiting to see which next witness will be taking the stand today. Now, moving on to other interesting stories on social media. Now, on Friday evening, we had a very sad news. That's High Life legend Dada KD unfortunately passed away on Friday at the Bawe Hospital. Well, this morning he was in an interview on Joy Prime. His manager said that the maid came back. She stepped out, came back, and found Dada KD lying on the ground. And then they took him to the hospital to STA in the Bawe area. But unfortunately, the doctor entered 5 to 10 minutes later. The doctor came out to say that unfortunately he couldn't make it. So social media reacting to this song. But then, Sisi, what's one favorite song of yours from Dada KD?
No, I'm sorry. None comes to mind right now.
But then there's a song we want to play for our audience just to jog our memory a little bit on who Dada KD is. Yes, that's Odomo Enije by Dada Kid. He has a lot of popular songs, Sumuje, Fatia, Fatankroma, and a whole lot more. And social media reacting to it. Let me just get one or two comments here. Jane Yamiche says that R.I.P. Dada, your death is pierced through my heart. God knows best. Journey home well. Sab said that true musicians are created with true spirit to heal, cleanse, save, and protect the world. Yes, and that is so. May his soul rest in peace. Now, one last video of the day is, you know, during the previous government's era, we never for once saw the policemen coming out. Now, there's a rapper and there's a policeman actually competing with the Ghanaian musicians. I want us to take a look at this video.
Media me peba yiro me pemenkani na yehwani o prisonani o se have na police for young kobio na de tamuda ne de hwe se wani ebeyampo se have there is no night o prisonani de bia o ti sumu hu kanenya odizontoli odun sakana no amoamo ate se boboli hwekwaso no wan poli ebeleze watini akrofo ne bi kekasa mu hwe na wan kabi ne ye kan ka have no mu na mu nkobi I mean,
this video made my day yesterday. When I saw it, I was like, hey, that's a police officer. You know, when I saw the video first, he said, Ajay, Adia Tomini. I think he was about to deliver some, not knowing he was coming to rap. Few comments before we go. I know our time is almost up. Scout says that in music career, that make his switch go do by force Kuti. And one last one here says that you all check on your pops because now we are seeing our fathers. This is a very stressed man. Oh, now he's out there. When you're on social media, you chance upon this video, like, hey. But Susie, what do you think about this video?
Ajay, Adia Tomini. Jackie, we have to go.
On that note, there's a wrap for the In the Trend segments with me, Jacqueline and Smaya Ebua. Over to you, Sweetie Abochi.
You absolutely killed it, Jackie. Thanks for bringing us what's in the trends today.